Hello guys, today we're gonna do a quick so I just wanted to sort of go over. I know some of you guys kept asking me what I think about it. um I'll tell you right now that my last flip phone was actually the Razr before I moved on to the smartphones. Now let me read off some of the specs. It's a fully foldable phone, $1,500, Snapdragon 710, 6 gigs of memory, Android 9. It's got a fingerprints reader, accelerometer, gyro, proximity, GPS, blah blah blah. Battery size only 2510 milliamp hour, non-removable. It seems like it has quick charge. 6.2 inch. It's 2142 by 876 pixels, 21 by 9 aspect ratio. What's up, Holiday? What's up, Leonard? Oops. So I think there's some mixed match with the Razr. Let's talk about the display first. It's obviously got no crease like the Fold or the Huawei Mate X, so I think that's going to be really cool. Obviously, it's going to be a lot quicker to unfold your phone. With the Galaxy Fold, it's kind of awkward, so it's going to be a very quick. It's going to be very useful in the fact that you're going to be able to fold it in half. Obviously I don't have the phone right now, so I don't know what it really feels like. Just going by with the specs and what I've been watching here. So 21 by 9, I don't think it will pose a huge problem. It just means it's ultra wide. It's like the what is it, anamorphic, anamorphic movies by Quentin Tarantino. That's all actually in 21 by 9 aspect ratio. That you can watch. I actually really love 21 by 9, but if you're watching 16 by 9, obviously yeah, you're gonna be missing out on some pixels, or it's gonna you're gonna have some black bars on the right and left. I don't see that as a problem, as a huge problem. Actually, rooting for that 21 by 9 aspect ratio. But I really like how they made it foldable, just like the original Razr, because remember back then you just pull your phone out and just flip it. It's just like, it was a natural reaction where you just pull your phone out and unflip it. I actually have my original Moto Razr at home, but I forgot to bring it. I should have brought it here. So I think it's very practical in the way they made it foldable, just like the original Razr. And also how you use it. So it's just a regular phone, but that you can flip it, horizontally or vertically, flip it, and it's just a regular phone. Whereas the Fold is, you unfold it and it becomes a huge tablet. Like, you can't really use that with one hand. I really like the fact that I do have the G8X. Now this thing is pretty good. Even this one, I have to fold it out, and it's really a two-handed use, so I really like that design. Also, there's no crease. Galaxy Fold, I think the price of Galaxy Fold is going to drop like a rock in the next few weeks, especially when this thing comes out, because this having no crease, having that technology, going to make Galaxy Fold look like a toy. We'll talk about the price at the end. Let's talk about the processor. I think another problem I see with this, the Snapdragon 710 processor, based on benchmarks, that's performance of like a Snapdragon 835 or slightly below. It does give you a ton better battery life than something like Snapdragon 855, but at the same time, you're gonna be going back a few years when that's almost 2 years ago. That's processor performance from 2 years ago. So I don't know why they put that. I think they put that for the battery efficiency, so they can put that smaller battery. But I think it's going to really hurt them because they're selling this as a premium device without premium performance. So I think I'm actually not getting one I don't know. Maybe Motorola will send me one. Then I'll try it out. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. I'm not. I'm sort of undecided. I haven't bought any foldable phones right now. I'll buy the second version. Yeah. So I think price will definitely come down if Motorola is able to succeed with the version one. Version two next year is going to be much better, much cheaper. But 1500, that's way too much. I mean, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus that I'm using to live stream, um, it's right now you can get one for $870. This is $900. Pixel 4 is already overpriced in my opinion. The G8 $700. This is a steal, I think. What's up, Greg? Yeah, so I think price is too high for what it brings. I mean, if had they put Snapdragon 855, I think definitely people would buy it. But right now with 710, I think that's kind of bad. And it's not fully waterproof. Um, it's sort of water repellent, which means it's not waterproof at all. I don't mind that for foldable phones. I don't expect it to be IP68 rated, so long as I can use it. Like, it's not like I'm gonna dunk that thing in the water. So I think that's fine. And if you think about it, none of the foldable phones in the past, in the 90s and the early 2000s, none of them were actually waterproof. IP68. We don't actually need IP68 rating on phones. Like, why do we need this? You know, those are for accidental spills. But I really like they as far as price compared to other alternatives, like the Galaxy Fold, I think it's awesome. Let's see. I'm not sure what the I don't know what the camera's gonna be like. That we'll have to test it out, obviously. Front camera 5 megapixel f2.0 1.12 micrometer sensor, micron sensor. Rear camera 16 megapixel. So I guess you could actually use a rear camera, right, to do selfies. From what I see, that you can use a front screen. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I think that could be a killer feature. You know, the problem with the G8X is they made it 2 screens, but it would have been better if they made a simple cut here, so I can use the rear camera. But when you fold it all the way, you can't use the rear camera. So it's sort of, you know, you could have that extra feature simply by having a hole. But I already told the LG people about it. So yeah, $1,500. I think that's too high for what they're offering. Obviously, having that foldable screen is kind of cool, but let's say, you know, average smartphone flagship is $800. It's still like twice more. Who's gonna pay $1,500 for that phone? I still kind of want to get it. That's better than like a Fold, like, because Fold when it came out was like 3,000. I think it's still 2,500. Was it 2,000? Is it 2,000 now? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but I think they're trying to sell it as like sort of a what is it, like a luxury item right now. Am I still holding Bitcoins? Yeah, of course. Would I rather get a $1,500 Razr or the $2,000 Galaxy Fold? I don't know, man. I think it's too much for these phones. You're gonna end up, you know, you're gonna be ending up paying too much, and by next year, everything's gonna be at least half of the price. So I don't know, if I didn't have to buy phones for review, I would not get any of them. What's up, Matex? Can you, if you rooted Pixel 4, can you still get OTAs? You'll have to install it manually. Yeah, you have to install it manually. Yeah, it's very exciting. At the same time, I think the price point is a little too high. Obviously, when when manufacturers such as Motorola or Lenovo, actually, it's more like Motorola is really Lenovo now. When they first launch it, it's obviously you're gonna have to pay for R&D and stuff the first year it's gonna always cost like twice, three times more. So I think by next year it's gonna drop a lot. Galaxy Fold 2 I'll buy probably, and um, I don't actually recommend anybody to buy it right now. But you know what? Am I gonna pay? So my Galaxy Note 10 Plus cost me 1,000. Okay, now it's 870. Well, let's just take a look at this. So this is $900. Are you gonna pay $600 more so you can have that flip feature? Take it out, just flip it. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, yo. I don't even have to flip my phone. I'm paying $600 more so I could fold the phone out. See, I think manufacturer getting it wrong. Like, oh man, you can fold it out. But I don't see the advantage. I mean, other than it's new, cool, new tech. Where's that value? What are you paying extra for so you can like use your, fold your phone more often? I don't know. I gave my Note 9 to my daughter, and yeah, she's using it just fine. She's like literally on the phone like every single day. She loves the phone. Taking a lot more photos now. So yeah, I mean, this is just the beginning of the new foldable phones. So for most of us regular Joes, you're gonna get a much better deal a year after. If you buy now, think about it next year. These things just will lose value so quickly. That's the thing, when the first version comes out, it'll be super expensive, and then when the second version comes out, it will be so much cheaper than the first version and so much better. When you bought the first version, it was just gonna drop in value. Like it's gonna, like your Galaxy, all your Galaxy Folds gonna be selling for like less than 500 bucks by next year, or when Galaxy Fold 2 comes out. And just price is gonna drop. If you're gonna just use it for a little bit and then sell it before that happens, that's fine. But I tend to keep my phones forever, so. Also, the new Motorola Razr will only be available on Verizon. But you should be able to use it on other networks. Obviously, you'll have to unlock it. You should be able to unlock it pretty easily, I would say. I wish they did make, maybe they'll have an international version. That could just be carrier, so there might be, if you want to get it through a US carrier, then Verizon. But I'm sure you can go on eBay and buy international version. So if you have other networks, just wait for it to go on eBay for the international version, because obviously they're not going to just sell this in the US. Lenovo is a Chinese company, so I'm sure they sell it all over the world. So if you need it, if you live in the US or you have T-Mobile or AT&T, just go buy on eBay. Pixel 4, the Note 10 Plus. Note 10 Plus, I would say. Pixel 4 is great. I love the phone. It takes better photos than the Note 10 Plus, but it's not versatile. It doesn't have a super wide angle. The screen is not as big as my Note 10 Plus. The main reason I love the Note 10 Plus is the huge screen. And Pixel 4 has a pretty huge screen, but it's nowhere near the Note 10 Plus, and it's got a lot of bezels, which makes it very inefficient. Also, it's actually thicker. Battery life on the Pixel 4 has been pretty good for me. Yeah, no problems here. If you play a lot of games, you may have a problem, but if I don't really play games. I just check my Bitcoin price, answer questions online, and write emails and write tweets or do some online streaming. Battery life hasn't been a problem. This is the Pixel 4 XL, by the way, not regular Pixel 4. I only get the large versions now. I don't buy the smaller versions because I don't like small phones too much. Yeah, I mean, Pixel 4 is great phone. In terms of like, sometimes like on my Note 10 Plus, if I'm using like Google apps, it'll run like super slow, but on my Pixel 4, it runs super fast. Um, Obviously, it just depends on what phone is best for you, but in terms of like talking about value, what you get for what you pay, I mean, obviously the Note 10 Plus is better. The Note 10 Plus is cheaper than the Pixel 4 XL now. This is 899. It's 870 for the Note 10 Plus that I'm using right now. I'm not sure about the exact screen on time. No, I'm not sure, but yeah. So I think also there's no micro SD card. That could be a problem. Also Google pretty much uh, rid of their unlimited storage, which isn't a huge problem. You can spend it's only I pay $2 for 100 gigs of storage on Google Photos, or for all the Google stuff. So I can store all my original photos on all my phones um, with Google's Pay stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna stay away from crypto related questions because we're doing Android today. Ask me again when we do the crypto shows. $400 for LG G8 with Pixel ROM, or $1,000 Pixel 4 XL. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Pixel 4 XL or the Pixel 4 Pixels are just not good deals. If you don't care about the price, then get it, you know? And if you need absolutely the best photos without super wide angle, then get it. There are certain situations where you should get it. You know, you don't care about the price. I mean, you know, if you make six figures, you're not gonna care if this thing costs 500 or $700. You know, you're just gonna get whatever is the best. Can you store raw images? I don't think you can store raw images on the Google. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. You might have to, um, you may have to store it manually. I think you can do that using Google Drive. Yeah. So I would just zip it up and store it. Actually, you could store anything in the original storage. Hey, there you go. I just gave you a free advice. If you want to store free photos, you just have to do it manually. Zip up all your photos and put it on Google Drive. Then it's free. Just if you're lazy and you want Google to do it for you, then they're going to start charging you. So the S Pen is great. I don't actually use it too often, but I do find it very useful for navigating full desktop sites. You know, some sites they still don't have mobile versions, and you have to navigate. And you know, sometimes they have drop down menus, and if you use a regular phone, like you press the drop down and it redirects. So the greatest thing with S Pen is you could hover over that, and you can see the menu just like a regular computer. So you can really access these older desktop sites on the Note series. You know, all the notes. Google is not scanning your photos. No, Google does scan the photos. So you know, I can sort. For example, the other day I went to look for my daughter's photo and then daughter's friend's photo, and Google will identify it. So that's the beauty of Google Photos. When can you move in? I'm actually in my car. This is the view right. Darren said, I find the Razr's form factor more compelling as something I can see myself using as a daily driver. Yes, exactly. Even though it's $1,500, the good thing about Razr is that you can actually use it one-handed. It's designed for practicalness. This is not a one-handed phone. Like, I have to use two hands to open it. Or the Galaxy Fold. They're not one-handed devices. I mean, you can, but it's very awkward. It's going to take you, and you might drop your phone, break your $3,000 Galaxy Fold. I'm pretty sure everybody who used Galaxy Fold, they're walking on on concrete cement streets of New York or wherever. They're using two hands to unfold it. So I think the design on the Razr is pretty cool in that terms. Again, they got the performance. They got the CPU wrong. I think the 21 by 9 aspect ratio is fine. Also, the price is too high. You're paying $1,500 for a foldable phone with performance from 2017. Think about that. I still feel like even the Note 10 Plus, I mean, it's really fast. But if I go back to like the Note 9, well, Note 8, we're talking about Note 8 performance. And I'm just like, oh, I can feel the lag. I'm like, oh, I don't want to use this anymore, you know? Um, best LG phone does not fold. Skip V50 because I don't know. But the X is a, you can use that as a regular phone. But yeah, there are problems with this phone which I'll talk about. I mean, I think the best route, if you're on a budget, you don't need the latest devices. Always buy last year's devices. Get the Pixel 3 XL, not the Pixel 4 XL. Get the Note 9, not the Note 10. You can get a steal on these phones. Less than half price. If always be like a year behind when your friends ask you, "Hey, did you get? I got this new phone." You're like, "Oh yeah, I just got last year's phone like for 50%." Yeah, Apple phones. I don't know. I'm just not down with Apple too much. You guys hear about the Facebook hack? So if you're using Facebook with the iPhone in the last few weeks or whatever since that bug, you were being recorded. They were recording everything that you were doing. When you're whacking in your bathroom, they're recording that. And you're gonna get a mail. Some scammer is gonna take that, hack it, and they're gonna be like, send me 1 Bitcoin, or I'm gonna put your naked photos that I took from your iPhone from Facebook app on your social media. This is why I don't use iPhone. iPhones are the most vulnerable. When you have a bug like that, it affects every single iPhone. That's the problem with using iPhone, because everything's connected. If there's one bug, one hack, everybody gets affected. Now, in that way, segmentation is much better. If Samsung phones get hacked, it doesn't affect LG. It doesn't affect Google. All right. So in that way, it's better to have different versions of mobile operating system. Once you have everything connected together, it's just centralized, and something goes wrong, and everybody who has iPhones now they've taken photo of your naked self, and they're gonna come and get you, and me crying like, oh, I should have used Android. So people still use Facebook. I know a lot of countries actually depend on Facebook, like Thailand. They don't even use websites. They don't use www whatever. All their websites are on Facebook pages. Facebook pages basically their website. So it depends on the market. Some countries like Thailand literally depend on Facebook for communication and everything. I don't use Facebook too much. I think in America we've sort of moved on. Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess I don't actually go to jobs, so I don't have anybody to show off my phone. But do I work out? Um, I just do a little workout here and there, do some push-ups. So yeah, I mean, I think phones are just overpriced these days. Um, but I still love getting the Note series. I guess I think my favorite phone is the Note series because I bought every Note. I bought the original Galaxy Notes when everyone was using small phones. I'm still using the Note series. No one else is making 6.8-inch thin and large phone. Oh, so yeah, right now, actually, what is the biggest phone you can buy that's still thin and has very good cameras? Just the Note series, yeah. Will I ever buy a Tesla? Uh, yeah, I mean, definitely one day when there's more Tesla charging stations everywhere. Even now, I heard sometimes you have to wait until the charging technology gets a little bit better. Maybe you could charge your whole car in 10 minutes, like fast charging. But I think the technology not there for masses. It's still really, it's still being developed. It's not practical. Like if you wanted to go from here to LA, you would still have to stop at least once, which would be drag. Because going to LA is what, from here it's only like 4 hours, but with traffic it's 6 7 hours. Oh, you add an hour to that, and you could miss that traffic time, and you could end up in traffic and take you 10 hours. So it's not really practical, I think, right now until um, there's more chargers. Until every gas station has an electric charging station also. But yeah, I love Teslas. I just don't find it practical, and I have to charge it. I guess I could charge it. I could put a charger in my house, but yeah, electricity is so expensive um, for me. So it might actually cost me more to drive an electric car because I'm on third or fourth tier. If I have an electric car, that thing takes hella energy. If I'm on fourth tier, I'm just gonna get killed with my electricity bills. I think there will be new wave of cars. Don't make it all electric, but have a small motor. So you could run that motor and charge your car also. 'Cause right now, another problem is if you have a Tesla and you break down the highway, you run out of battery. They have to literally tow your car. That's a very, very, very bad design. Yeah, so your friend drove back from LA to San Jose. It took 9 hours, including charging. That's unacceptable. That's a 6 hour ride with traffic. Yeah, see, when you start charging and you lose, because with LA, you have to really watch out for the traffic rush hour. If you can avoid it, you can save like 2 hours. But if you have to go charge and it takes you an hour longer and you end up in the massive rush hour traffic, then it just gets so ugly. So another good thing is more people are buying Teslas in California, so that might actually help price of gas to come down. I don't know. Yeah, I still ride. I just rode my what is it? The boosted Mini S. I took my dog, took her on like a couple mile run by the beach, and then the good thing is after we rode these 2 miles, I just pick her up and then give her a ride back. So we don't have to overdo it, and we can enjoy the whole ocean. So really like it. Electric skateboards, yeah, I'm gonna get more into it, obviously. And can I do Route 820? I'm no longer doing routing videos just because it takes me hella time. Like it takes me a whole day to make these videos, and I have to think about what goes wrong. Sometimes I have to do retakes, and And then now people expect me to answer every question, and especially something goes wrong, like Samsung updates something and then it breaks my tutorial, and then I don't have time to remake that because it takes me a whole day or two, and by the time I do those two videos I lose a whole week. So I end up doing no reviews. That's why you don't see any more reviews on my channel, because I don't have time for it. Like, I'm spending all this time doing video tutorials. And I'm just not doing it because, I want to focus on doing more reviews. Yeah. I'm going to root it. I'm going to keep rooting my phones. Yeah. It doesn't take a long time for me to root my phones. It take me no longer than an hour. But to make the video tutorials, it just takes a very long time. Because I got to make it perfect. So this is step by step. So if I miss a step, I have to restart from the beginning and remake the whole video. So making a tutorial is just a pain in the ass, and it's a lot easier to make review videos. I just have to worry about my thoughts, not about people following tutorial messing up, and if I do a live stream, it might screw people up, and yeah, that's even gonna be worse, because tutorials, you gotta watch out. If people follow your tutorial and they mess up, they brick your phone, and then they blame you, they come dislike your videos, they come swat your thing. So you really gotta watch out with rooting videos. You gotta make sure it's perfect, make sure people can follow it. If you're not gonna do it perfect, don't put it out there, because I've had videos where I made it very good, and for some reason Samsung changed on me, and people thought I made a huge, and they start putting on Reddit and all this stuff, and it's just like, what do you want me to do? Like, go remake the tutorial every time Samsung changes something? So I'm just tired of these, these issues, and I just don't have time for that. I'm not there. I don't get paid to make root videos. So I'm just I like rooting my phone, but making rooting videos, it's just a pain in the ass. It just takes a ton of time. So yeah, I just don't have time for it. There's plenty material on XDA. You can figure it out. All right, just go to XDA. I'm sorry, but I go to the XDA to figure it out anyways. It's a little bit harder sometimes. It's not as easy as following my tutorials, but you'll be able to figure it out. That's the fun of it. Like, spending, if you follow my tutorials, it'll probably only take you like an hour or two to do it. But if you go to XDA, the same thing will take you like at least a week or two, or sometimes you just get stuck forever with the brick phone. But that's the whole fun of it, and that's how you get better with rooting. So I think everyone now should like just go through the raw process of, just grinding through at the XDA. You gotta get people making fun of you on XDA. How do you do this? People on XDA are like, "You noob, get out of here!" Oh God. I may try to make like a, I don't know, maybe like one-click root or something. I don't know. I was thinking about making it like a Raspberry Pi, and make a rooting automated thing, but I don't know. The problem with rooting is too many damn changes. Android made it simple with fast boot, and these tools. They made it very, very simple, and Samsung takes it and bastardizes it and put like Odin on it, put all this other stuff on it. Every manufacturer will take Android and bastardize that part of it, unlocking the bootloader. Like Motorola will take it and they'll put their own fast boot unlock tool. You have to go to the website, put this in. This is the problem with the rooting, because manufacturers take it and just bastardize what the original Google intention was. So yeah, there's just too many million ways to root now. It's just a big headache. Why couldn't they just follow Google's example? But they want to lock it down. They don't really have a reason other than, security. it doesn't really make your phone more secure by doing that. You know. But yeah, the best phones for rooting now is Xiaomi phones are really good. Um, OnePlus is pretty good. The Pixel phones, obviously. I don't know. I don't think any. I don't think there's much development for Samsung. Samsung's been locking everything down. Especially the U.S. models are locked down. All the U.S. developers left Samsung. You'll see all the threads on XDA are dead. Nobody develops for Samsung anymore. Because most of them, a lot of them for U.S. developers, now they're moving on to Xiaomi and all these other phones. It's sad that Samsung, stopped supporting the developers, because I feel like back in the day, that was like community, the culture. That's what made Samsung really popular. You know, but Samsung just shooting their own foot. Like, now they're just like, oh yeah, it was just all us. It was all marketing. But there was that grassroots group of people that were rooting and making this phone really popular. Like, oh, you could buy this and, like, modify it and make it faster, blah blah blah. You know. Now they got all mainstream people buying Samsung, so they don't care about us. You know. Yeah, anyway, Razr. Yeah, going back to Razr. I'm not decided right now. I'm gonna make. I might wait a couple months, see how it is, because with these new technologies, sometimes price can just drop like a rock after a few months, or I might just grab a used version. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe Motorola will send me a review in it. They usually do, but they don't usually let you keep it. That's the thing that sucks about Verizon and Motorola. They'll be like, "Oh, you can review our phones, but you have to send it back." Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. I don't want to buy one, so yeah, I'll try to get. I'll probably have a. I'll probably get one for a review and send it back, which is fine. I just want to try it out. Yeah, Samsung's just they don't care about the past. They're just going for the future, whatever. I mean, I love Samsung stuff still. I love the Note 10 Plus. I don't like where Galaxy Fold was headed. I didn't really like Galaxy Fold that much. It was like it was just all hype, all marketing, and they got too many people. Like, I mean, to me, it's straight up fail. Like, you got crease, you got more crease, you got a faulty screen. I don't know, man. It's a fail, in my opinion. It's actually starting to rain. Today's the first rainy day. I don't know why. It just started raining here. Let me give you a quick view. The thing I like on the Plus, see if I zoom in, see how everything, the front camera focuses real fast. Look at that. So you can use it for live streaming and stuff like that. Yeah, sort of cloudy. This is like the first rain we've had since March or something crazy. Yeah, it's a nice 59 degrees. It's not too cold. So, yeah. So I've been actually making videos from my car. Since my daughter's went shopping with mommy. Just working from my office. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on some reviews. I'm gonna do the Note 10 Plus review that I did earlier, and I'll have a Pixel 4 review also, and also the D8X coming later this week. I'm just gonna focus on these for right now. I just have so many reviews that I'm supposed to do in this month's behind. Yeah, so Motorola Razr, I'll try to get a hands on. Maybe $1,200 would be good. We'll see. We'll see. $1,500. You know, it's just sort of iffy price. Like I could get it, I could not get it. $1,500. I'd rather buy another boosted board. At least boosted board will last me the next five years. I could ride it long. But you know the thing with these smartphones, you buy it, after a year it gets old. You know, or 2 years. That's the lifetime. And you got to think about it. If you're playing that money, it'd be worth it. Even at $1,000, it's a lot of money, you know. But we're upgrading phones way too often. Anyway, have a great day, guys. See you guys soon.